We've got two contenders here with totally contrasting anatomies and hunting styles. First up is the mantis shrimp, who is basically a colorful brawler. It stalks its prey right out in the open, relying on a really powerful, club-like appendage. And then we have the pistol shrimp, operating as the ultimate hiding sniper. It stays in the shadows and uses an oversized snapping claw to stun targets from a distance. It's a classic battle of the brawler versus the sniper. The mantis shrimp is a literal visual marvel. Perched on top of its brilliantly colorful body are these incredible, independently moving eyes. They give it exceptional vision, allowing it to detect movement with just remarkable accuracy. It uses this highly advanced visual system to patiently stalk hard-shelled prey, like crabs and snails, just waiting for the absolute perfect moment to strike. Now, unlike the vibrant mantis shrimp out in the open, the pistol shrimp operates entirely from the shadows, hiding away inside rocky coral crevices. Its primary weapon is its massive, oversized snapping claw. But here's the kicker. Evolution designed this appendage not for crushing force, but for explosive speed. It's a completely different approach to taking down prey in the exact same environment. It's wild because evolution engineered two completely different biological tools that result in the exact same astonishing physical phenomenon. On one hand, mantis cavitation is triggered by a high-speed blunt force impact from its club. On the other hand, pistol cavitation is triggered by a high-speed snapping mechanism from its oversized claw. Different tools, same devastating physics-bending result. And that leads us to the perfect alliance. Because the pistol shrimp lacks good vision, it teams up with the watchful goby fish. They cooperate for mutual protection. The goby fish acts as the eyes of the operation, standing guard and signaling danger, while the pistol shrimp provides a safely excavated home in the crevices, and, of course, its stun gun-like claw for defense. It's just a masterful ecological workaround. Evolution truly is the ultimate engineer. We've seen today that entirely different evolutionary paths can lead to equally extraordinary survival adaptations. Whether you are a colorful, visually gifted brawler or a nearly blind cooperative sniper, nature has produced two distinct, masterful strategies for dominating the coral reef. In our first spotlight, we've got a competitor packing a weapon so intense it actually generates 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, you heard that right. That is the pistol shrimp, standing with its giant claw raised, cocked, and ready to bring the literal heat to the battlefield. Now, moving to the center spotlight, we are rapidly escalating the stakes here. Meet the mantis shrimp. This vividly colored powerhouse is drawn back under maximum tension, and it's ready to unleash a punch, delivering a staggering 1,500 newtons of force. But let's just pause for a second, because in our third spotlight on the right, we've got a completely different kind of threat, the octopus. With all 8 arms spread wide, this creature is bringing 9 brains to a physical fight. 9. That is just a mind-bending biological reality, and we are going to unpack exactly how it works. So putting these brawlers side by side, it's almost like a giant puzzle. On the left, the pistol shrimp brings localized sound and heat, but, it's blind, bound to its burrow, and relies on that super tight range. On the right, the mantis shrimp is all about physical impact, perfect vision, and open water dominance. However, the mantis shrimp has a critical vulnerability. It is highly territorial and highly aggressive, meaning it will always engage threats directly rather than flee. And as you'll see, that raw aggression creates a major vulnerability to intelligence-based strategies. First up, matchup 1, pistol shrimp versus mantis shrimp. The pistol shrimp detects a vibration and fires from its burrow. The mantis shrimp closes in and unleashes its 50-mile-per-hour punch. In open water, the mantis shrimp's superior vision and reach give it a massive tactical advantage. It can literally see the threat before the threat even senses it. But against a burrow, that defensive stronghold creates a genuine explosive stalemate in a simultaneous weapons discharge. No clear winner there. Finally, matchup 3, octopus versus pistol shrimp. The octopus approaches the burrow. The pistol shrimp fires its devastating shockwave, hitting one of the octopus's arms. But because of its distributed brains, that arm can independently retreat. Meanwhile, the central brain processes the data, formulates an entirely new strategy, and inserts a different arm from a completely safe angle where the fixed claw just cannot aim. This highlights the ultimate strategic problem for an animal with a directionally fixed weapon fighting a distributed intelligence.
Let's kick this off with a stat that is just insane. 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That is literally hotter than the surface of the sun. And it's generated by our first contender, the pistol shrimp, With a single, lightning-fast snap of its oversized claw, this tiny crustacean accelerates a water jet so fast that it creates a cavitation bubble. When that bubble collapses, it hits that staggering temperature. It even produces a 210 decibel shockwave that actually jammed military sonar systems during World War II.
But hold on, because our second fighter brings some absolutely devastating kinetic energy to the table. The mantis shrimp throws a punch at 50 miles per hour. That physical strike generates 10,000 times the force of gravity. I mean, we're talking about an animal that has been officially documented cracking thick aquarium glass just by repeatedly striking it with its spring-loaded biological club.
And then we have the ultimate wild card, 9 brains. The octopus features a distributed intelligence system, the wild ability to edit its own RNA and DNA, and a notorious reputation for breaking out of sealed tanks and returning to its own enclosure before researchers even arrive in the morning. It is a completely different kind of threat, just operating in the shadows.
So, the really crucial point to understand here is that the octopus completely lacks a giant club or a sonic gun. It doesn't need them. Instead, it brings a highly versatile toolkit of chemical warfare, stealth, and puzzle-solving intelligence. It can squeeze its entire body through literally any opening larger than its hard beak. It deploys paralyzing venom and a blinding chemical ink cloud. It's just not playing the same physical game as the crustaceans at all.
Let's run our first actual combat simulation and see how this plays out. We're starting with the heavily debated head-to-head physical brawl between our two heavy-hitting shrimp. And guys, context is everything here. In open water, this encounter is completely asymmetrical. The mantis shrimp wins, hands down. Its unmatched vision allows it to spot the pistol shrimp way before the pistol shrimp's vibration sensors pick up a single thing. The mantis can aim perfectly, close the distance, and strike. But if you change the environment to a burrow defense scenario, the whole dynamic flips. The pistol shrimp fires its channeled shockwave straight out of a narrow entrance. The highly aggressive mantis shrimp instinctively presses forward right into that concentrated energy point. It creates a genuine, documented stalemate against the mantis shrimp's predictable blind aggression.
So, knowing that, how does the octopus handle the pistol shrimp's deadly burrow? Well, it treats the burrow like an escape room puzzle. Notice that the octopus never tries to force its way through the front door where that 8,000-degree shockwave is just waiting to go off. Instead, it investigates the external structure looking for a back door, or it just waits in perfect camouflage right above the entrance, striking only when the pistol shrimp emerges. It varies its approach instead of trying to overpower a physically superior weapon.
So, bringing this all together, who is the true champion of the reef? When we analyze the three-way social dynamics in these ecosystems and actually compile the data across all these different encounter types, a really clear picture emerges. The mantis shrimp is the undisputed physical bully. It totally dominates direct physical confrontations. The pistol shrimp is the ultimate home defender, holding its territory more effectively than anyone else. But the octopus? The octopus has the highest overall survival rate. Why? Because it completely avoids fights it can't win, and it consistently creates conditions that favor its own unique set of skills.
Which leads us to this absolute, scientifically backed truth. The weapon applied most intelligently to the specific conditions of the specific encounter wins. A 50-mile-per-hour punch is totally useless if you never get a clear shot. An 8,000-degree cavitation bubble fails if the enemy attacks from behind. The animal that neutralizes your weapon before the fight even starts is going to win every single time.
Now, if you loved this explainer, you are going to be absolutely obsessed with next week's topic. We are looking at the immortal jellyfish, literally the only animal on Earth that cannot die of old age. We're going to explore exactly how it reverts to its juvenile form to start life completely over, and how that specific biological mechanism is driving active university research for human medicine right now. You definitely won't want to miss it. Stay curious, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.